So welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming today. So probably the most important element that we want to talk about today is customer service and really how it affects our business. This huge event we have, this Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So advanced customer service means that we're going to animate some core values so that we can really connect to making the customer's experience better all of the time. So in my training, in all the programs that we've done in the past, we really tried to concentrate on three key result areas for operating this business. And the three key result areas are quality of operations, which is how do we run this ballooning event and make it work every single time. The people that are going to be involved with this, that's very, very important because the people are going to be what make the experience a remarkable and memorable experience. And last is the financial results. So people are going to be coming here and they're going to be spending money to get a great experience, to have a great time. So the three key result areas are going to be quality of operations, people development, and you guys are going to help us develop customer service navigators for us. And then the financial results are going to come because of the great experience, because of how many people are going to tell about how wonderful this ballooning event is, how wonderful the city of Albuquerque is, and how wonderful it is to see the great blue skies of New Mexico. So there's a lot of things that we're going to get out of this. So how do we do this? We do it by first animating core values. Okay, so I want to tell you what I think my core values are as it relates to customer service, and I would hope that if you don't take mine, that you at least come up with yours. And simply put, they are friendliness, cleanliness, service, safety, and show. So I want to tell you what they mean to me. First of all, friendliness is going to be the beginning and ending of everything that we do. We're gonna be friendly all of the time. Okay, so we're never going to be unfriendly. No matter how big the problem is, we're gonna fix it with friendliness and kindness. Okay. And that means that we're going to be looking at you in the eye, we're going to be talking about the problems that you might have, and we're going to get to a solution as quickly as possible. Cleanliness, we're all in charge of keeping this place clean, all of us. When people see us pick up trash and throw it in the trash, they too will see that, they'll model that same behavior. So we're going to always be in charge of looking at how we can keep this place clean all of the time. Friendliness, cleanliness, service. We are in the service business. You think we're in the ballooning business? We're not. We're in the service experience business. People are going to take away what you talked about, what you told them. They're going to take away the experience they had with guest relations people as the barometer of whether it was a great experience or a bad experience, regardless of how beautiful the balloons are in the air. Because people are going to come here and they're going to have a lot of issues that they have to deal with. It's not easy sometimes getting onto this field, getting off of the field, and in between that, there's a whole lot there. Safety. Safety is very, very important because of all the issues that we have. We have vehicles going all over the place. We have a field that's a mile long. We have over 570 balloons and trucks and pilots and crew, and all the vendors that we have, over 150 vendors on vendor row as well. So safety is very important. You all, as navigators, have to always keep your eyes open for opportunities to correct things that could be a safety hazard for our guests. And the last is show. The show is the balloons, right? Absolutely, the show is the balloons. But the people are going to be what makes that magic the show, okay? Because people are going to come to us, they're going to come to all of us navigators, volunteers, and leaders to help fix their solutions, to fix the problems that they might have. So today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go over some different scenarios that you may encounter in your guest interactions every single day on the field. They're always going to be evaluating how you handled the situation. Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? So all of it's going to be depending on you. I tell my people that I train a lot all the time that act like their entire experience depends on you, because it probably does. You all have had that opportunity where you've told somebody about a bad experience that you've had, and however that person took care of it, that's how you evaluated that entire scenario, whether it was an event that you went to or something like that. So with that, we have some scenarios that we have put together, and we're going to do some mock demonstrations with you all. So are you all ready to get started with this? Sure. Okay.
Hey, are you in charge around here? You
Yes, sir. My name is Jim.
Hey, my name's Johnny. I got
Hi,
a
Johnny.
problem here, man. We
How are you?
had a great start to the day, and it's just not happening this afternoon. We got back after our balloon ride to go to the gondola club, and it's closed, man.
Hey, you know what? Come with me, Johnny. Let's go over here. Where
Where are we going?
I just want to talk to you a little bit about this. This is terrible.
Okay.
So, tell me what happened. I'm sorry, Johnny. What happened?
Well, like I started to say, we came in town. A bunch of us came from across the country, met up here. We had a balloon ride this morning. Actually, the balloon ride was great. It was really nice and long. We came back here to the gondola club. We had tickets that we bought, months ago. We get to the gondola club and they say they're closed.
Oh.
There's no food. There's no nothing. So we're at, $150 a person or something, for that. We're hungry. It's just not good, man. What do we do about that?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you that I'm very sorry that happened. It inconvenienced you guys. Come out, had a great flight, come down.
Yeah,
there's no
it's just
food.
ending here.
So I get it, I understand. So let's do this. First of all, I get it. You spend $1,200 for 3 balloon rides,
yeah,
and then you got
yeah.
another $450. Man, I get that.
Uh-huh.
And then we're closed. That's not a good thing. So
No,
here's what
no.
I would like to do, Johnny. First of all, I'd like to get you guys some food. So
Yeah,
what I would like
yeah.
to do is, and it'll be on us. Let's go. We'll resolve this. We have vendors that are still open. I'll let you guys pick which one you want to have some food. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my card. And here's my card, Johnny. And if you see there, it has my cell phone number on that as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm the
yeah.
one that's going to help solve the situation as
Okay.
far as your tickets that you bought for Gondola Club.
Okay.
I agree with you. I don't think that you should have to pay for those tickets. Obviously, you didn't get the food. So
No.
I understand
Or
that.
any
So-
of the other stuff of the
yeah.
gondola club.
So what I'm going to do is, Johnny, I'm like to take your name and your information down because I'm going to try to get this done today. So
Okay.
is there a cell phone number that you have that I can take?
Yeah. It's 555
Okay.
123 7892.
7892. And Johnny, I'm sorry, what was your last name?
Smith.
Johnny Smith. Okay, Mr. Smith, I'll tell you right now, I am very sorry. I represent
thanks.
Balloon Fiesta.
Uh-huh.
I'm in charge of the volunteers here, and I'm going to be the one to make sure that happens. But what I'd like to do is get you a ride. I have a cart over here.
Okay.
If you guys can meet me over here at the golf cart, I'll get you in, and we'll get you down here, and let's get some food. And then if you
But
have
you're
my
going to give me
card-
my money back for the gondola club.
I'm going to be the one that's going to take care of all of that, yes.
Okay.
And I believe that you shouldn't have to pay for that.
Okay.
There's no reason you didn't even get the food. So
Yeah.
I believe that we're going to be taking care of all of that for you today.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's go.
Okay, if I do that for you, Johnny, we're going to be okay?
I think so.
Thank you. Let's go. Well, let's talk about some of the dynamics. First of all, that we did. This is a mock demonstration, so we set this up. Now, we selected pretty tough issues, but I also selected relevant issues so that these are real things that happen here. Okay, so the first thing that I did if you noticed, he was raising his voice. Okay, and he was also incorporating other people to hear this, right? Because when there's other people around and you raise your voice, now we have a team of people that are, what's going on over here? So my first gesture was to move him off to the side, okay? And we did that. So we just, with the people that we had, we just stopped and we moved them off. But we would like to bring them off to the side so that we can talk one-on-one. So I wanted to kind of create it where I was in control of the environment that we were discussing, okay? So then, right when he started talking about the essence of his problem, I repeated it. But throughout repeating it, I was always keeping my eyes locked onto his eyes the whole time. And when he made a defining gesture or statement, I went like this. I understand. I show empathy. I show understanding. My body language was just locked into him the whole time. Okay? I didn't have a posture that was defensive. Okay? I had my book ready to go, right? Because I wanted to make sure that they knew that, because they're always looking at that. Should I have been talking to him and then just take my eyes away for just a quick second because of somebody walking by? That would have been a cue to him that I wasn't concerned, genuinely concerned, okay? So when you're dealing with a problem like that, I locked my eyes into his eyes right away. I made a positive gesture, and yeah, I understand that. And then I even shook my head at one time like this when it was like, that's not right. You know, we paid all this money and it still didn't get it. I mean, I'm giving him my body language cues that I totally agree with. This is a problem. Shouldn't have to pay. Okay, so I'm giving him these nonverbal cues that says that I'm involved with this. Okay, so we took it to a different level now, and I went right to the solution. Okay, I am very sorry that this happened. Okay, saying you're sorry doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means you're sorry. okay? So I am very sorry. I can see how this inconvenienced you and your guests. My goodness, you spent $1,200 on 3 balloon rides, another $450 on Gondola Club, and it's closed. And we're hungry, right? So when you're hungry, nothing is more important than getting unhungry, right? So right away I said, let's make this good, okay? We have some vendors that are open. This was just the scenario that I pulled out. This is all make-believe, but let's get you guys fed. Let's get you guys some food. Now, I realized early on that we were cartwheeling down the tarmac on this one, okay? This was not a good scenario. There's nothing more expensive on this field than Gondola Club as far as a place to go eat, because you're not only paying for the food, you're paying for extremely good food, and you're paying for ambiance, and you probably get a little prize with that as well. It's sometimes a blanket, sometimes something with that. So there's a lot involved with the Gondola Club. So I right away showed body language empathy. I made sure that it reinsured and restated the problem as he said it to me, and then I came up with a solution early on, okay? I think we need to get you guys some food right away. Then he came back with, what about my money that I spent? Well, in this scenario, because of my authority at the time, I was able to say, I'm going to be the one, here is my card, this is my name, this is my cell phone number, I'm going to be the one that's going to take care of this problem for you. Are you going to get me my money back? Yes, sir, I'm going to get your money back. I don't believe that you should pay for this, okay? Now, all these scenarios are different, okay? You may not be authorized to buy somebody or give somebody a $450 credit, right? That's going to be above you. That's going to come up to Kim or a member of the AIBF staff that's going to be able to authorize that. But you can do everything up to that by saying, you know what, I'm going to take this up. My supervisor is Kim. I'm going to be getting with her on the phone immediately, and I'm going to talk to her about some of the ways that we can resolve this for you right away, okay? The nice thing about what you guys have is that you're at the front line, okay? So you have to be prepared, if you're going to take it up to Kim, to be able to say, what is the temperature, okay? It was at low, medium, was it hot, okay? What were they demanding? Were they insisting that you're going to take care of this problem, and how? So make sure that you're thinking about those little things. When you write down notes, if you have a little notepad or something to write on, when people see you writing down notes, that works charmingly, okay? Because now they're seeing that, okay, this is being documented, and we're doing a good job with that. So remember that we're dealing with Mother Nature. We're dealing with a lot of different things. We're dealing with traffic that could be stopped. We could have problems with people getting back onto the field. So there's a whole lot of different things that are going to disengage our guests and get them into an environment of not being happy, okay? But all of the scenario that we gave you was just one. There's going to be 1,000 a day out there. We just need to make sure that all of us know the right protocols, right? So let's just go over that again. The simple part of this is the body language is critical, okay? This is posture that says, what can I do for you? Can I help you? You know, I'm giving you my full attention, okay? The nonverbal cues, you know, the body language, that's bad, right? If he's saying it's bad, that's this, okay? Here's my problem, I understand, I'm listening, I hear. So the nonverbal cues are very, very critical to that. So for the sake of what we're doing here today, we just want to make sure that you are showing empathy, showing understanding, you're re-engaging them with what the problem was, restating the problem as they said it, okay? Not your interpretation of their problem, how they stated it. We are hungry, we spent this much money, right? He gave us like 3 things that we were going to go over there. And then all we're doing is restating the problem and get to a solution. The faster that I get to a solution, the faster that we're going to get on with this. The fact that I'm giving them my name is critical. The fact that I'm getting their name and their phone number is extremely important. I also told them when I was going to call them back. I'm going to be calling you back today, okay? Some of these you can take care of yourself right away, right? Some of these situations might just be, you know what, I'm going to call and get us a shuttle, and we're going to get you to your car, you know, or we're going to get you to your place, or we're going to help you meet your people. Some of these are different, but your job is going to be to disseminate the problem, come up with a solution that they're going to be working with, and then asking them at the very end, if I do this, is this going to be okay? Okay, I did that at the very end. I said, thank you, Johnny. if I do this for you, are we going to be okay today? And he said, yes, as long as I get my money back. Okay? I would then take that scenario. Now, I solved that problem because I had a different position. But for you, you might be able to say, I'm going to take this to my supervisor, Kim, okay? And I'm going to ask Kim to get back with you today. Okay, now I don't know her schedule, I don't know where she's at, but I'm going to ask that she try to get a hold of you today. I think it's very important. And some of those you may not need to get to, but that's just some of the scenarios.
What would you do if Ken is demanding and says, I want to speak to Kim right now?
Okay, sure. Kim is, she's in charge of a lot of different areas right now. I do have access to get to her, but I want to make sure that I can do that first. I'm not going to promise you something. I can't speak for Kim, or Kim's very busy doing a lot of things. I can tell you that I have access to get to her, okay? So I'm going to do my very best to get back to her. You have to tell the truth. One of the overriding effective issue of everything we're talking about is never lie to them. Never mislead them. Never give them something that you know will never happen. Even if it's the fact that they have to have reimbursement. Don't promise them anything. Only promise them what we're authorizing you to promise them. I promise you I'm going to get Kim this information, and I'm going to suggest to her that we get this resolved today. Okay? All right. Who wants to come up and do the first one? Now, here's what we've done. We have different scenarios that we've put in here. All of these are scenarios that are real problems that we've had here during Balloon Fiesta. So we're going to give you the problem, and let's work our way through this. Okay.
I am very upset. I paid a lot of money to get my RV hooked up over there, and whenever I went over there, there was no hookups, and I want to talk to your CEO right now.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm here to help you the best way I can. I can't make contact with the CEO right now, but I can put you in touch with my direct supervisor. I don't know what kind of information they gave you. Do you have a receipt for your parking space? Or does it say you were supposed to have your hookups?
Yes, I paid for the hookups, and I was very specific whenever I bought the whenever I purchased it that it had hookups, and whenever I arrived, the spot that they put me in had nothing.
I'll do everything I can to help you today. And what I will do first and foremost is put you in touch with my supervisor, who has a way to find our CEO and possibly get you to meet with him, but I know she can help you with this right away.
Okay, well, I'll just give you my number and all my
Please.
information. Here you go.
Very good, thank you. And I will have my supervisor get back in touch with you. Her name is Kim, and she will contact you today.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, great. So, any input on this? Anybody? Any comments? Okay. Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, he was using hand signals that I wouldn't use. Because when you start pointing like this,
So, and that, you know what? That's a great point. But what it does is give us an awareness. Okay, and that's really what I wanted to do today, was make sure that you had the awareness of what you're doing with your body language all of the time, because it's so important. It's so important because it can set everybody up. And if you're tall, you're a tall guy. So if you're a tall guy, you already have a.
You're intimidating.
It's already a little bit intimidating. So that's good. So the problem is we didn't have the RV purchase had no hookups. Now the nice thing about this one is this is way over your pay grade, right? So way over your pay grade. Hookups, my gosh, this was set up a long time ago, and guess what? There's no more RV spaces available, right? So this is going to be a problem, okay? What you could have done is restated the problem, which you did. You said a little bit, I get it, you didn't have the hookup, so I like that part of it as well. You definitely came in early with the, I'm going to bring this up to Kim, because this is one of those scenarios where I'm not going to be able to go to my candy basket and give you some candy, you know, and make this work right now, because this is going to get to be a higher level. Yes?
Patrick brought up the fact, he asked, did you book a site with hookups?
Good. You know what, and I love that, because that gives Kim or whoever's going to be the supervisor more information, okay? He signed up online, he did get confirmation that he had that. I mean, there's a lot more things that we could go into so that you get the facts. In fact, that's a great idea. I'm glad you brought that up, because that could be writing down. Did you get that? Did you do it online? Great. That helps Kim get to the solution quicker as well.
So like get confirmation numbers and stuff like
Well,
that?
I don't know if you really want to get to the confirmation numbers because that puts you in the deep part of it.
Oh, okay.
I would get on the surface side of it because all your job is going to be to do is to go through the details. They did have it. They did say they had a confirmation. They did do it 6 months ago, and he's pretty hot. Okay, this guy's pretty upset. He asked for the CEO. Okay, right away. So he didn't want to talk to who's in charge of hookups. He wanted to talk to the CEO. Okay, so he really is interested in making sure that it gets to the top of the
That
food
was kind of
chain.
comforting for me to know exactly who you wanted to talk to right away.
Sure.
Because I knew how far I could go and where I
Yeah,
couldn't go.
but you also intervened and made sure that that guest knew they weren't going to get to the CEO. I'm going to get to Kim. Okay, Kim is the person that I'm going to be able to connect to try to help solve this problem today.
Follow protocol.
Okay, very good.
You know you can't promise something.
So good job. And remember that. So you guys, we're not asking you to just be perfect today, but I want to make sure that we're using all the performance systems that we talked about. Okay? Body language, eye contact, restating the solution, or restating the problem, and then getting to the solution quicker. Okay, I need 2 more volunteers, please. Here's the problem that we have. After waiting at the park and ride location for more than 2 hours, family was told there would be no more buses coming. They then drove to the park, paid for parking admission, but missed seeing the balloons. Okay.
Hi there, I'm Don Ingdahl.
Hi.
I'm on the guest relations team here at the Balloon Fiesta.
Good morning.
And you are?
My name's Nigel,
Nigel? It's a
and
pleasure.
I have a problem.
Yes, sir. How may I help you?
We paid for park and ride. We went up to Intel. We sat there for 2 hours. Finally get almost to the front of the line, and we're told there's no more buses. So we've got to go back to our car. We got to fight all the damn traffic to get all the way in to pay for parking, to go down on the field, and there's no more balloons. What do we do?
Well, I want to make sure that I understand what you would like me to do for you. I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, I understand that you purchased tickets for Park and Ride.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they were booked pretty heavy today because it's the first day of the Balloon Fiesta. You then decided there were no more buses, so you elected to drive your car. And of course, big traffic jam trying to get in the Balloon Fiesta. And when you finally did get on the field, the balloons were already launched and you missed the event.
Right.
So what can I do for you? How can I make this right for you?
Well, first of all, I'd like the money back that I spent today.
Okay.
Because I paid for the park and ride, which included admission, then I had to pay for more parking, and I had to pay for more admission.
Okay.
So I'd like to get that back. I'd
Okay.
also like to guarantee that I can get on a bus tomorrow morning to come down here and get onto the field.
Okay. What I will do is, what I can do for you today is let me get your contact information, of course your name and cell number, or if you're staying at a hotel and you prefer to be called at your hotel room, let me get that information from you and let me talk to my supervisor and find out exactly what we can arrange for you to make this a more positive outcome. We want you to have a great time here at the Balloon Fiesta, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that that happens.
Will I hear from him today?
We're gonna do everything we can. I don't know what her schedule is, but we'll do everything we can to get back to you so that we have something in place for the event tomorrow morning. We'll have something worked out for you. She will contact you.
Okay,
All right?
seems reasonable. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Excellent. So, this is a great one right here, okay? So, first of all, the problem is that we missed his whole day. We took his whole day away from him, right? So what I would have done differently is say, oh my gosh, you came out here for this special day and we had an issue with parking and it affected you. So I would have, right away, I would have said, golly, we kind of spoiled your whole day today, sir. I can see that's a problem. What we shouldn't have done, though, is ask them for a solution. Because if he would have said to me, what can we do to make this right? I would say, I would like 2 balloon rides tomorrow. I want two tickets for Gondola Club. So what happens is you get trapped. And we don't want to get trapped in this. I would have restated the fact that we ruined his day. Okay? My gosh. Here we are. We underestimated our parking, okay, or overestimated our parking. In that scenario, you and your family had a terrible experience. I get that. Yeah, I don't blame you for asking for your money back too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the liaison to try to see if we can what we need to do to make that happen. Okay, so I'm going to take your number, I'm going to take your information, and then I'm going to get back with you. But I can just tell you right now, we're going to have tickets for you and your family for tomorrow. I mean, because I think are these people out? They're authorized to do tickets, right?
Guest relations.
Guest relations at your level. So I mean, right away, I would say I'm going to be able to get you tickets for tomorrow. Okay, that's not a problem. On the other issues, you were out of pocket with your parking ride. I get that, and also your parking fees on that. You know, I'm going to have to check on that to make sure I get with Kim on that. We want everybody to have a great experience. It looks like today we failed on that. Okay, it's not afraid. Don't be afraid to tell them that we failed, but be careful about asking the guest what would he like for us to make it done. Okay. You know, most restaurants, what they'll do is right away, they'll say, you know what, I'm going to get an appetizer platter out here right now. You know, it's on me right now. Let's start this thing right with you guys sampling some stuff. Okay, that's a restaurant environment. Here is different. We're at freestyle out here in the world. Okay, and this is a scenario that can happen. Last year we had that happen. We had over 3,000 guests that weren't able to get onto the field that went to the parking lot. Okay, now we fixed that for this year and future years, so it looks like that's going to be something that's going to be solved. So good scenario. The nice thing is, you guys, you're going to be uncomfortable, okay? Because you're problem solving. You're going to be in an uncomfortable spot. You've volunteered to take this responsibility, and you have to be, you know, part of it. That's like I used to tell my people, and whenever there's a problem, if you can't solve it, just get a hold of me, okay? Because I'll be happy to get in there and help solve that problem. Yes, sir.
One thing I noticed, never did find out how many people were affected, how many people were in the car. Is there a possibility that we could offer them a free parking ticket for tomorrow morning?
Well, the fact that we're taking the name and the phone number and that we're going to call up to get somebody, because we have the avenues to do that. I think you need to reassure them that we have the channels of getting to the people without promising anything more than free admission. I mean, if it's 5 people and you can have 5 general admission tickets is one thing. But I think promising something that is out of the line, you get into another level of problem. Okay? We don't want to make it worse.
We just need to know what our boundaries are.
Yeah, and we're going to go over that with you guys so you all understand that. But again, the main thing is the understanding. Also, his hands were up here like this, okay? That's okay. That's still a little bit of a closed environment, you know? This says, can I help you? Just so, this is like, man, I really am sorry, you know? And a little bit, you know, leaning towards him, and I understand that's a problem. But nothing is better than restating the problem. Because then you restate the exact problem, gives you another minute to kind of reevaluate what that is, and then maybe how we can make it better. The guest insists they called the office to ensure we had shuttles to get their elderly guests back to the vehicle after the event. They were told by a volunteer at the information desk there were only minimal shuttles and they would not be able to take them back to their cars. They are cold, very upset, and they are in need of getting their parents back home. Okay, you're going to have the family with the problem.
Betcha.
Okay, let them have it. Let them have it.
Good morning, my name is Alan, and how can I help you today?
I've got a problem.
Okay.
I came down here with my elderly parents.
Elderly
I
parents.
was told before I got here that there would be shuttles to take me back to my car. I get down here and I went to the information booth and they said there aren't any shuttles. How am I supposed to get my parents back to the car? They can't walk.
Sure.
They're too old.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I sincerely apologize for the situation and how inconvenience that caused you. This is what I'll do for you. I understand it's cold and you need to get your parents back home immediately. So I have a shuttle right here. I can take you and your parents to the parking lot right now if you would like to.
That would be great.
Okay. Again, we really apologize for the situation, and I'll be more than happy to take care of your situation.
Okay.
If I can, I have a supervisor, and I'll be able to do it. But for right now,
When
I
are we
can help
going to
you.
know? I mean, do we have to wait or can we go
Well,
right now?
my supervisor, well, I can do it right now because I have a shuttle right here.
Okay.
I can bring you
I'd
to your parking lot.
appreciate that, because they're old.
Sure,
you know?
I totally understand. And I know it's cold and you need to get back, so that's what I'll do right now. If I can't get a shuttle, if you wait right here, I'll call my supervisor to see if we can get one at this very moment,
Okay.
if possible.
Is there a heater around here?
Well, we have a shack right here. I'll be more than happy for you and your parents to wait right here.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
That sounds good.
Okay, I appreciate you waiting. And again, I sincerely apologize for the situation, how
Okay.
inconvenienced we caused
It's
you.
been a great day up till now.
I understand. I'm cold too, so I totally understand what you're going through. So if you wait right here, I'll get my shuttle right here and bring you to the parking lot.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. But again, my name is Alan,
Okay.
and I hope it doesn't happen again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, that's good, but let's not try to overthink this, right? This scenario happens all the time, does it not?
Yes.
Yes, okay? This is one of the easiest things to fix, is it not?
Get my card, let's go.
That's right, we have an additional card at the information booth
That
where you
helps
have
so much.
radios to call
Yeah,
someone, right?
That helped a lot.
Do we need a supervisor in this situation?
No.
Did she ask for a supervisor?
No.
She asked for a ride. You could have made that situation a lot worse by saying, let me call my supervisor for you, right? Because then she's like, ooh, what else can I get?
Okay, this is great. So we've had a couple of tough ones, and now we had one that was really easy to solve. So you always have to have your toolbox ready with the easy ones. You handled that perfect. Your body language was perfect on that whole thing. Came down, nodded a couple times with the lady. Right away came up with a solution. You know what? I have a cart right here. You know, I'm just going to need to check in over here because I'm supposed to be running this little area here, but I'm going to take you all the way to your car. Okay, let's do that. Will that help? If I do that, will that take care of you? So that was a great way to handle the situation, and we do that as board members all the time. So we're looking for opportunities all the time, but I thought you handled that very well, that there was an easy fix. We don't have to draw this out and have a declaration of independence on this thing. It was just, let's get them in the car and let's get them back to their thing. Yes?
What if they're parked in a place where we can't take the shuttle?
Then you have an avenue for that as well. You can get a hold of a supervisor and just tell them that. I've done that. I've had the same thing. I had some people that had Uber, and they had an Uber, and the Uber was waiting for them, and the Uber was off-site, and my cart does not go off-site. So I made very clear to them. I said, you know what? You have a suitcase with you. Put all your stuff in here. I can take you to the nearest point without leaving the field that I can get you to. That'd be something I can help you with. And we did that. So be creative. Be responsible. Be responsible for the problem. Remember that once they've given you the problem, you own it. Okay? So you're the one, especially in the level of customer service that you all are here. You're coming up with solutions all of the time. They're never going to forget how you made them feel. Okay? So make sure that you're honest with them all of the time. Okay? Because if you tell them no, or if they're asking you something that's really ridiculous and you give them the big eye roll, you had an attitude. That's where that word that comes in, attitude. So you just have to kind of. To me, everybody, you're all just in my movie, My job is to give great customer service. They'll never be able to say anything except that he gave great customer service. He was friendly. All that stuff comes up at the end. Was he friendly? Was he warm? Was he genuine? Genuine, sincere, and honest. That's what we say. Okay, now it's going on to number 5. And you're going to be solving this problem. Family of 7 people came to Fiesta. 3 of them are separated from the group, and they are asked one of the navigators to help orientate back to the group. The navigator said she was off duty and was very rude to them. They're upset and they want to talk to supervisor immediately.
I came here with 7 people of mine, and we were all having a good time, and now 3 of them are off somewhere else, and we need to be somewhere. We need to get back together. Approached one of your navigators and asked them to get them to our site here, and she was off duty. I don't know if she wanted to go eat. We're all hungry. Everything else needs to happen too, but she wasn't concerned with my party getting back to me. How can you help me in that situation?
Well, first of all, where were you supposed to meet? You know where you were supposed to meet?
Yes, we're going to meet in front of the, where they buy all the shirts over here.
Okay. Well then, in that case, there's 4 of you that's lost. You 3 know where you're at. Is that right?
No, the 3 that are lost. There's
3
yeah,
lost.
this other person here. This is our group of 4. We need that other three people brought back to us.
Brought back to you.
Yes.
And now, so we have to go find the other people.
Correct, sir.
Okay, now, how do we find them?
They have a cell number. I can get a hold of them, but it's, last time I talked to them, they're at the far end of the field up by the chainsaws, and I have no way to get them back here.
Well, I just happen to have a cart, and it'll hold 5 people, me and 5 people.
Okay.
So maybe you could go with me to identify them, and we'll get them and bring them back to where you want to meet. Would that satisfy you?
Sounds like a reasonable situation. Yes.
And can we go now?
Yes, let's go.
And I'm sorry that you had an experience with the other navigator that was driving the shuttle, but we have no control over that. We can control what's going on now. So,
Appreciate your attitude and your help, sir.
if that makes you happy, then we'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'm Jerry.
Nice to meet you, Jerry. My name's Dan.
Dan.
Shall we go?
We're
Let's
on our
go.
way.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, a couple of things. Okay, first of all, this, do you think we've ever had anybody get lost? Okay, so let's do this. This is a great, I'm glad we had this one come up because people, this is we are in charge of lost people. Okay, so what I would have done differently is I would have said, hey, let's find a waypoint right now. Let's establish a waypoint right now with confidence, okay? So we're at the north end of the field, sir. So what we're going to do is, why don't you get a hold of them? You got their phone number. We're going to be at the north volunteer booth, okay? We're at the very north end of the field. If you want any coordinates, we can give you coordinates. Get them on the phone, and let's get them to meet us at the north end of the field at that waypoint, okay? Once we get them all to that waypoint, I'll make sure that we get you guys up to that spot, okay? That would be the first thing right away, just because we need to get everybody together. We have a lot of different places we can do. We can meet at safety. The security office is on the east side, right? If we need to meet at Gondola Club or something on the north side, south side of the field, we pick a waypoint, pick a spot where we can have your group meet us at that spot. If you're on the north end, pick something near the north spot where the wood carving is, or pick a spot to do that, okay? Don't need to apologize for people that do bad things, okay? I mean, well, you could just say, this is ridiculous, this is unacceptable. I agree with you, it's unacceptable that we have somebody that's dressed in obviously a volunteer uniform that misrepresented themselves, but let's get through that. I'm gonna be the one to fix it, okay? So right away, get to the solution. The solution is, we have lost people out here, we need to find them. So we have 1,000 people, 1,000 volunteers in it, that are gonna be out here on the field doing that. All of our guests think that all of you guys are on duty all of the time. And it doesn't take too much just to give them that little extra touch. And again, I go back to that saying of, be the one responsible for making their day pleasant. And it maybe not what you do, it's what you do extra that changes their day. You could even say, you know what, I'm not on duty right now, so I don't have my radio, but let's walk over here because there's the guest relations station right over here, and let me help you with that, okay? So there's a plethora of things, but in the back of your mind, you need to think about, I am the solution, okay? I am the creator of the solution, okay? All of the time, but it's with confidence too, okay? You came off with you weren't quite confident, They need to see that I'm gonna own this thing, okay? I got you. Really got lost? A lot of people get lost here. Let's get them found right away, okay? Let's pick a spot where we can get them to meet. Let's get them on the phone right away. I mean, this is the scenario that's going to play out 15 times a day for you guys, okay? Let's pick a spot. Let's pick a spot where we can get everybody together. Have them all meet us at the spot. If I need to keep you guys here and go get them, I'll bring them back here too, okay? There's a lot of things that are just easy to do to make it streamlined, because all of you guys are going to have access to a vehicle, okay? So that's going to be very important. Okay, getting off one of the trolleys, a guest caught her jacket on one of the poles. Her jacket was torn and she fell to the ground from the step. Although the driver saw it happen, he insisted that there was nothing he could do. He told her to call the office. She insists on talking to someone and wants AIBF to pay for the jacket. Wow.
Wow.
That's an easy no-brainer. That could happen 5 times a day. Okay, so your wife Just got her jacket,
Got it,
torn and ripped,
got it.
okay? May the force be with you, Luke Skywalker.
Okay. Hi, my name's Ben. We've got a problem.
Hi, Ben. How you?
Okay, I have my wife with me. Came in on a trolley. We got off the trolley, and she tore her jacket as she fell to the ground, etc. And the stupid person on the trolley said, "Hey, I can't help you." Tough. Okay, tough is not acceptable here.
Okay, Ben, my name's John,
Hello, John.
and let me help you. First of all, I'm going to ask you one question. How's your wife doing?
I don't know. She fell. She's hurt.
Does she?
Of course, she's a little
does
sore.
she-
Yes.
She's hurt?
Yes.
That's fine. I'm going to help you
And
right
more,
now.
we've got a torn jacket that we paid good money for. and
I
wanted-
understand.
She wants a new jacket.
I understand that, Ben. But let's calm down and let's go with something that we can help your wife right now. Let's see her condition, and then we're going to worry about that jacket. And let's get with your wife first. So where is she? Is she right here?
Yes,
Yeah,
she's right
okay.
here. So,
I'm going to go and look for her. Yeah. Yep. She does. She has a tear in her jacket and she is bleeding. You know what? Let me get on my radio. I'm going to call the EMTs to come on down to look at your wife. Is that all right with
Sure.
you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. I'm calling the EMTs. I'm out here at the trolleys. You're on the field, and we're going to get this thing solved for you. So I call the EMTs. EMTs are here. They're looking at her. Now I'm going to work with you, Ben. Your wife tore her jacket as she got off.
falling off that trolley that the guy didn't want to help us at all.
I understand that. I can't vouch for him, but I could vouch for myself. I can get someone to help your wife, and now we got to work on that jacket. So I need to go a little bit higher. I can't authorize that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all your information down, and I'm going to give it to my supervisor, and we're going to see what we can do about that jacket. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that your wife is okay to leave this field unaccompanied by you when the EMTs are finished. And if you're not satisfied for that, I will gladly get you in my cart and take you to your vehicle. You will be getting a call from the supervisor about your wife's
I
jacket.
want to get this resolved right away.
That's fine.
Can we do that?
Yes, we can. I'm going to say we can get portion of this resolved. But like I said, I'm going to have to get with the supervisor. That's the part I can't promise you anything about that.
When
They're
are you
gonna
going to do that?
Pardon me?
When are you going to do that?
Well, I'm going to do that as soon as I understand how your wife is doing, because you might have to go with her to the hospital. She may have done some really physically damaged stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm waiting for the EMTs to ask me or tell me what's going on. But I can call right now. I can call for a supervisor and see if they're available. But if they're not, then I'm going to have to go ahead and take your phone number, give it to them, and then they'll be getting in touch with you. That's the best that I can do for you now. But I'll tell you what, if everything is all right and your wife can go out, I'll gladly take you anywhere on the field, on the Fiesta field, of where you want to go, like that. And then I might be able to get you a cup of coffee, okay? Maybe a burrito.
I don't drink coffee, but let's get this resolved.
Okay, okay, let's get that resolved. Okay, thank you, Ben.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna peel this one apart. First of all, what did he do great at the beginning?
That's how the wife was.
Pardon me?
Ask about the wife.
Perfect. He doesn't care about the ding ding jacket. He cares about his wife getting hurt, and he asked him right away, "Is your wife okay?"
Excellent.
Okay, that was excellent. Okay, what was not excellent?
Calm down.
What?
When you said calm
Yeah,
down.
don't tell somebody.
Calm down. Okay, have you ever raise your hand if you've ever used that line on your wife and it worked? just keep your hand up if that calm down has ever worked. So remember, we're gonna make them calm by us being calm. I can't control him. I can control. Oh man, this is terrible. Just that whole, just what you just saw. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Now, I'm glad we had this because we could have people get hurt. We could have all kinds of situations now. Okay, at the point that she got hurt and we had a torn jacket, we now need to write notes down. Okay? Now, we're now at a point where this is an incident. It will be an incident report on this, right? And so the other thing that he did bad was he threw the bus driver under the bus. I can't speak for him, right? I can only speak for me. No, we are one. We are one. We are all together in this together, the same thing, okay? So that is terrible. I apologize for his attitude, but together we're going to fix this. Let's get to the bottom of this. First of all, let's get the EMTs going here, and I want to get them here right away. I just think that warrants it right away. So if you give me just 1 second, let me get this. So let's get this started. Let's get an EMT out here to the scene right away, so they can do this, document everything else like that. We're not going to resolve the problem with the bus driver having a bad attitude here. We're not going to do that. 2 issues here: hurt wife, torn jacket. Okay. You're going to offer a cup of coffee, a balloon ride, and then a jet airplane. I mean, I wouldn't, because I would keep it to just the biggest problems that are out there. We're masking it with, I'm going to give you a cup of coffee. He doesn't care about a coffee. He cares about a jacket and his wife getting fixed. Okay. Plus, we don't have to drag it out either. This is like, oh my gosh, let's get this. Let's get this done. I need to get some information on this right now. They're on the way right here. Let's make sure. First of all, make sure she's comfortable. If she's bleeding, that would be something we probably need to address immediately somehow. But again, this could happen out here in the field. You know, it's not up to me who's going to buy your jacket. Okay, it's up to me who's going to take care of your wife right now. But I am going to give you my information on it, and we're going to stick close to this all the way through. Now, at this point, it is an incident, okay? Somebody got hurt on the field. Okay, that is definitely an incident. We need to take care of that right away, okay? Those opportunities are going to happen every single day. Don't throw everybody on the bus. We're all one. We're all volunteers. We're all doing this the same thing every single day. But this is a scenario that could happen. Any other comments? Yes, ma'am.
What if they resist having the EMTs coming and you think they should come?
I would call the EMTs. Because you're covering your butt now too, and you're protecting, you know, the integrity of Balloon Fiesta. And at the end of the day, they're going to ask, why didn't you call the EMT? She didn't want an EMT. I did call because I believe she was bleeding, and I just thought that it warranted it. We don't get charged extra for having an EMT come over, right? You get to be able to put in your report that you did what you thought was the right thing to do immediately, and hesitation doesn't work here. Okay, so getting that call in immediately is pretty ding dong important. Because when they go back to it, they're going to ask, why didn't you call the EMT first before you started giving him coffee? Things like that. Yes, sir.
If it had been me, I would have said, your wife's hurt, she's bleeding a little bit, thank God nothing's broken, it looks like, let's get right into my shuttle and let me take you over to first aid. Rather than the hesitation step.
Okay, so you guys get to make last second decisions on all kinds of stuff, okay? Maybe she didn't want to go to the EMT. Maybe all she cared about was her ding-dong jacket, you know? She could have been just mad about the jacket. So I would be very hesitant to put somebody in your car that's bleeding or is injured. Right. I would be very hesitant to do that. I would think that would be something that we have, I don't know, a couple of hundred probably people on the field that are strategically placed. I believe that it would take very little. My dad got hurt here on the field, pretty bad, and it really happened. And the EMTs were there in about 3 minutes. Okay, so it wasn't hard for him to get medical aid right away, and he was in pretty bad shape. So I would say stay there, call somebody, get somebody here. How are you going to get through the traffic? You're going to be using your horn, beep, beep, beep. Okay, we're going to do a lot of bad customer service as we're trying to get this person to EMT. Plus, what if you don't know where the nearest aid station is? There may be one right behind you, but you're driving all the way across the field. So I'm just giving you guys some scenarios to just think quickly, act positively, respond with authority, and make them feel that you're in charge of the situation. I mean, if they feel like you're not the guy, they're going to go over your head right away. So you have to be the guy, you have to be the girl, you have to be the person that's going to be responsible for them, right? But you guys did a really good job. You asked for the right information from them. You used his name 3 times. I love that. 3 times you brought back to his name. Makes it personal. Makes him believe that it's endearing. So that works out too. You know what? I'm going to write this up, this information up, so that I get a good record of all this for you, sir, and then I'll read it back to you to make sure we have the right thing. And then I'm going to find the path for you, sir. I really don't know what that path is. You can tell them that. I would rather have somebody tell me I don't know. You don't have to go out there, you don't have to leave this room thinking that you have to be the one that solved the whole deal. You could be the one that gets the information to get to the person that's going to help solve this issue. Okay? And that's not BS. You're giving them the relevant, truthful information that's going to get them fixed down the road. All they have to do is have confidence in the fact that you're going to be the one to process this and help them get it taken care of.
Going back to the EMT thing, your best case scenario is to let the potential patient tell the EMT person themselves they don't want help.
Sure.
Instead of having the husband speak for her to you as a middleman and everything else.
Yeah, you know what, sir? This is the best way for us to handle this right now. It's busy on this field here right now. I think the best thing is we can get somebody here shortly. I don't know how long it'll take, but we'll get somebody here shortly to take care of that. But I would do that, especially if somebody's cut or they're bleeding. You guys, we're going to face problems that no other venue will face. Okay, we're not the Isotopes Park, right? We're not an arena. We're a mile and a half of people, okay? And there's 100,000 people on this field at any one time, 100,000 people. So we have to have our ability to be able to solve a problem or get to somebody that can help solve the problem, okay? And that's why I think a lot of the ones that are out of bounds are going to be the ones where we contact a supervisor that can give you some good information and try to help them out. We have a chain of command, and believe me, our resources go all the way to our CEO, okay? So if we need to, we've had situations in the past that has happened. So I'll give you another example. What if somebody gets in your face and they start they're abusive to you, okay? They cuss at you, okay? They drop a couple of bombs on you, okay? What is your first reaction?
Kindness.
Well, your first reaction is going to be to jump them and hit them with a billy club. Truly.
You can't do that either.
Truly it is. Okay, but it's de-escalating the situation. So, you know, it's like, okay, we can resolve this amicably. Okay? I wouldn't say don't use bad language. I'd say, you know what? Let's resolve this amicably. So let's just know in advance that people may do that. They may, for emphasis, want to use a couple of cuss words on that. Oblivious to that. That power does not work on you, okay? You need to have that namaste, okay? Because that's what people will do. And they'll do it for emphasis so you can work faster, harder, quicker, nower. Is nower a word? I just made that up. So when they do that, our job is to de-escalate as quick as possible. We can do this amicably. We don't have to do it like that, okay? Because people are going to do that. And then some people are going to have serious situations, right? I'm supposed to pick up my girl. I don't know what gate we came in. She's waiting at the gate. I don't know what gate she's at. Great. Let's figure out. Look for somebody that's in one of our uniforms and get them on and call me on this number, and then we'll find out what gate you're at, and then we'll get somebody to come and get your party in. Okay? Do we have a solution for every problem? No. Absolutely not. Do we have a path for every problem?
Yes.
Absolutely. Number one is our attitude. Our attitude, not theirs. Our attitude is going to dictate the whole business. Our body language, our tone of voice, okay? All of the things that we're going to do are going to lead towards a solution, okay? If they interrupt you, just stop and put your head down for just a second, okay? That's kind of the universal language for, I was talking, don't make me punch you. No, but I mean, a lot of it really is his body language. And how you act. That's what they're going to say, that he was a jerk, she was rude, she was mean, and it was nothing. It was just they didn't like the words that came out of your mouth. Okay? So we don't have a solution for every problem, but we have a path to get there every single time. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it.